like that intro.
I like that too.
I
That was
love
nice. That
I
was
love
real
that
nice.
song. That's why I'm always bopping every time I come on. Hey, you guys, it's Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back with my girls, Muchilla and Tiffany from the Spot Real Talk. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Ew.
How's everybody doing? Drop some hammers for your girl, Moochie.
Good,
He
good.
is in the building. I see y'all are here and y'all are ready to discuss this episode. BB was first. Thank you, babe, for coming in. Daria, William Lawrence, Support Gaming, Naya, Vaughn, Joyner. Appreciate you all coming in. Tell a friend, share the video. Thank you so, so much. Now, listen, we're not gonna hold you. We're not gonna hold you for no long time. We're gonna have a good time while we're here though, because it was a lot of juicy things that went on this episode. Loved it. It feels like they are up in the ante every episode. Like every episode, I'm like, I like this episode. I like this. I like that one. So, it's just like it keeps up in the ante. So I want to get your thoughts, Tiffany, just your overall thoughts. If you want to drop a rating, that's fine. We do have a poll in the comments. Who got the most power this episode? So I do have a poll. Make sure y'all check out the poll. Hit the like button for your girl. Share the video. And yes, so go ahead, Tiffany, take it away.
Rhaenyra, Team Black,
Yeah.
because with that marriage, that alliance,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it shifted, and it needed to be done. It needed to be done clearly because we see is King Viserys doesn't have long, and we already see where the divisions lie.
Exactly.
We saw how it's going down, so it was like, okay, she was just like, let me just get ready. This was a really good episode.
Yeah.
It sure was. It was a good
Absolutely.
episode.
The teams have formed, and we have Team Black right here, and then we also have Team Green. So, and she actually verbally referenced them as the Greens. Did y'all hear that? Did you catch that?
Yes, she did. She did.
They didn't say black yet, but they did reference the Greens. So I thought that was a cute little nod to that or whatever. So yeah, we are on Team Black. Thank you so much, Daria. I miss y'all too. The decision has been made. They are just a quick little snippet about what's been going on with me and my family. They decided to take him off of life support today, and so we're just waiting for him to peacefully just
transition
over, because there seems not to be too much. It doesn't look too good. So I said my goodbyes. I couldn't go back to the hospital. It was too bad that first day. So I want to kind of remember him in that picture that y'all saw on my social media or whatever, when he was healthy and he was young, and I kind of want to remember him like that and not just keep on seeing the So yeah, so I'm doing okay. Thanks for all the prayers and all that good stuff. I appreciate you so, so much. Appreciate it. So, did you finish, Tiffany, or do we need to go?
No, I proceed. Like I'm good.
Okay, Moochie, you want to give you a little?
I thought it was a good episode, and you had to pay attention to the everything that was the dialects, all of the conversations. Like it's a must that you pay attention because you're gonna see how things are gonna pan out.
Exactly.
I was kind of disappointed with how the what's his name? Allison's son took that dragon.
Yeah.
And the way he was like, your mother's dead and has a new rider. He was just so rude. And he wasn't even giving these people time to mourn.
No.
Where he just was like, look, I'm taking this. She going.
No,
I was surprised that Damon let that slide.
Yeah.
It's been like this episode was very, very interesting for Damon because he was like sitting back in the cut and he was like observing everything, and it didn't feel like he was trying to overstep or do nothing, but he just kind of shot Viserys down.
He was watching it play out. Yeah,
he watched it play out, and then
but he checked Sir Christian though.
Mm-hmm.
But Sir Christian was like, no,
I liked when he did that.
He was like, no, hold on, you ain't
not coming in through this.
Then he went and stood by Rhaenyra too. So
exactly.
he made it clear whose side he was on.
Exactly.
He did make it clear whose side he was on.
Right. He made it clear, you know, he checked things out. He observed first. Then he was like, okay, I see how this going down.
Yes, Team Black.
Absolutely, Team Black. Oh, I saw another recap recently, and you know, they were talking about Allison, and they were kind of making the case for Allison, and I was just like, I think I'm gonna have to jump in the comments later because I was just like,
she turned into the man queen this episode.
Yeah, well, you went crazy, and her father loved it.
Well, they were saying that they were responding to other people's comments who were saying that Allison, how she behaved, and they were like, well, you know, as a parent, her son's eye was put out. Okay, and those of us who are parents, we, you know, of course we would act that way. But the bottom line is, you know, the consequences. There are consequences of his own actions. First of all, they were supposed to be guests at Lena's family's house. They were there for a funeral, and as Mucci said, he overstepped by taking Vagar. That was Lena's dragon. That dragon should have gone to one of the children, because I know one of the daughters already has a dragon. So it should have gone to the other to the baby girl. And he took it, and then he was like, your mother's dead, da da da. And then he was the aggressor. Like he
was the aggressor. You see how he smacked them little girls?
Yeah, he did. He and then when she punched them, and then they had to jump him. I mean, and he was bigger than them. He was rolling on them kids. So they gave him, you know, he called them bastards and everything, but he gave them no choice but to defend themselves. So you know, so now she's crying bloody murder, but her son was the cause of all this.
Exactly.
And that's the thing.
Yeah,
the word of this episode for me was, where was the consequences? Like, I felt like all of this fallout, and I guess it's kind of like playing on Viserys' weak nature, is depicted in how weak he is. Like, he's a man of no action, and that's just how it is. Like, things are happening, there's no consequence to what is going on. And I'm like, what is the consequence? Like, you know, I felt like Sir Christian didn't have a consequence when he did that to Joffrey. There's so many different things, and so many different things in this that had no consequences either. And I'm just like, what do y'all think is up with that? Is that just going towards his weak nature? And he's a man of no action.
Because there should have been.
It should have been consequences, because he got up and went and rode that dragon while everybody was sleeping. So it should have been consequences for that. They was busy taking care of the other son, which was drunk somewhere.
Yeah.
And it should have been consequences with that once he hit them. Once he the way he was the aggressor.
Right.
And Rhaenyra was absolutely right. Her son was the aggressor. Allison's son was the aggressor, and they defended themselves. Now it ain't my fault, and it ain't her fault that the two brothers was able to tag team him with the dirt and then the slice.
Yes,
but it is what it is.
They
stronger. When he did that, I was like, oh.
Well, they had to, because think about it.
Exactly. Because he was beating the mess out of all of them.
Yeah, when we saw how Sir Christian was training Aegon and Aemon, like last episode when Sir Harwin died. You know, he was teaching them not only the sword, but to use their feet. And you can see he was using that training on them. You know, Rhaenyra's kids are younger than.
I don't think Sir Crispin saw everything and wanted to let the fight play out, because he was waxing their ass. Right. But then once it got to the point where it went sideways, now he looks stupid. Right. Now he looked like, you let this go on for too long, and now look what happened.
Right.
Because he was one. He's supposed to be. I don't know if he was guarding him, but whoever was guarding him, because he seemed like he was there already. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whoever
I
was
don't know
supposed
where
to be
they
watching
were.
them to make sure they didn't leave and all that, watching outside of their room, they dropped the ball.
Right.
They did drop the ball because they shouldn't even been in that position and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
those kids were defending themselves, and I like how they all jumped them, even the girls. They
Mm-hmm.
were like,
Come on.
I was like, and he deserved it.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
was like, Allison, she did sound like a mad queen. She talking about well, an eye for an eye and stuff. And the way she was being disrespectful in front of all those people with the king, I was like, any other king, she might have been in the gallows.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Her head would
Once
have
she
been
snatched the knife, it should have been like, take her to the chambers. It should have been
Exactly.
something like that.
Yeah.
But
Off with her head.
I like the fact that Rhaenyra was like, no, not on my watch. You not getting to my babies.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, girl, I wanted her to whoop. I wanted to whoop Allison's butt, but she did. She goaded her. She did enough to expose Allison to everything.
Exactly. Now people can see you for what you are. They
Right.
can see you, and that I love the way that played out. Because she was looking so innocent, but her father loved it though. Her father loved the fact that he how you say,
he saw
that
fire.
She probably grew some.
Yeah, he saw fire in her finally instead of her just being meat.
Exactly. It was crazy because at first, did y'all already pee? I'm sorry, y'all, we out of order, but we had to go to what was causing the most conversation and discourse. But did you notice, like, when Viserys was questioning Aemon, he looked directly at his mother.
And his mom.
Like, he was like, who told you that? And he just looked right at her, and then he said it was Aegon. Aegon, like, me?
I was like, me? Out loud.
I was like, this is a mess. And then he didn't even deny it. He was just like, we got eyes. Everybody knows.
Like, everybody knows. Look at them. I was like,
it was a mess. It was a mess. I was like, oh my goodness, this was real.
Meanwhile, the what's his name? The lion, her husband. He was probably bunking somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sword fighting.
Action.
Sword fighting.
Yup.
I don't know where he was at. He was just like,
I mean, we know he was messed up because he lost his sister. That's what
right.
He was that's some hard things. So he's grieving.
Exactly.
And he seemed like he wanted to end his life too for a minute. That looked crazy to me.
That's why I was so mad at Corliss. Like, why are you so mad at him? He's trying to process his grief and how he feels and stuff like that. I mean, he just flipped. He flipped on the what's his name, Carl, and told him, go get your whatever patron.
I think he's just too concerned about appearances.
Titles
and appearances. And what's it called?
Oh my God, no.
Unmute, I'm sorry.
Viserys could have gotten another.
She pretty much. Yeah, she did admit it. Naya said something. Yeah, she did admit it that she gets to do whatever she wants. But here's the thing, I said it last week. I feel like Allison, it feels like she's been slighted, but she was the one that slighted Rhaenyra first. She betrayed Rhaenyra with that marriage to her dad. Like she didn't. I'm sure Rhaenyra didn't know that Allison was going to her father's chambers and spending time with him and basically courting him or whatever during that time. So she made the first offense.
Okay.
She made the first offense. Okay. So I'm like,
yeah, but do you think she could have like said no to the king? Or do you think it should have just been
she was doing her duty. Her father put her up to it. I'm saying in the friendship with Rhaenyra.
A conversation.
Just think about that. If you have a best friend, and if any of your best friends just popped up married to your father, and you've been hanging with your best friend, and you don't even know that your best friend is courting your father. Like, wouldn't you think that was a betrayal? You'll be like, wait a minute, when this happened?
Yeah, like when this happened?
When this happened? Whatever. Like, you would feel away. So, you know, from that standpoint, I feel like Rhaenyra, you know, Alicent lost her as a friend then when the dynamics of their friendship changed.
Yeah.
So the way I see it as a friend, you no longer are the keeper of my secrets. Like, why would she expect Rhaenyra to tell her if she was out here with Sir Christian or Damon or whatever? You know, we not cool like that no more.
Yep, I agree.
He sure did call Alicent by her first name.
He called her Emma, but I don't think it was. I think it's his mind is failing him.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think that it was like a slight on her.
No, it's his illness. He's deteriorating.
Yeah, he probably losing all of his
faculties.
Faculties. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's not all. He's an aging man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a sick man. Yeah,
sick.
Yeah, aging, that's what it is. Because he's actually, when I was doing the research for the show, he's actually not as old as we think. It's the disease that's killing him and that's making him appear older than he is. He's really not all that old.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, y'all. So do you want to start from the beginning so we can kind of...
Oh, we can.
Mm-hmm. We had to touch on the hot spots first.
Yeah, we had to get the hot spot.
Lamont. Y'all see the features? Oh.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Hi, Daria.
Okay, y'all. All right.
Oh, when Lamont be wearing his Valerian wig, that's what he talking about.
Okay, y'all. So, yes, y'all, we have a poll in the comments. Make sure you cast it because I want to see when we get to the power move segment who y'all thought, and get our thoughts on that too. So thank you, Moochie, for putting that in the chat.
All right.
Okay. So we have the funeral. The funeral was beautiful. Mm-hmm. It was different because I guess the Targaryens, they destroyed by blood. They buried their they fire and they do by water. So I thought that was a nice contrast. And they also had some dialogue about that, Damon and Rhaenyra, later on in the episode, talking about why we are better suited for each other, as far as the land, the sea, the fire, and all that stuff, and the water. Mm-hmm. So they had a conversation about that too a little bit later. But what I found so interesting about this was the conversations after the funeral. So I guess it was the wake, some people call it the wake or the repast or something like that. Like, after everything is going on, and Rhaenyra, she was just watching everything. She had to check her son, and he was like this, they just lost their mother. He said, well, I just lost my father. And she was like, oh, don't speak like that. Don't talk like that. She was just like, no, you have to, it's not the Strongs, it's the Valerians. They are our kin. And so she had to kind of, I think because he's the oldest one, she was able to make it make sense for him.
Right.
But at that point, you already knew from last week that he knew because he asked her straight up when Sir Harwin was leaving.
Yeah, but is that my fault? Am I a bastard?
Yeah.
I'm a bastard.
Yeah. And then there was a lot of things going on. Did you notice them?
Yup, that looked like that's gonna be the next couple.
Yes, holding hands or whatever. I noticed that. So Moochie, you think that's gonna be next couple? What about you, Tiffany? Do you think?
Now that you mention that, they could be. I just thought that they were cousins, that they were supporting each other during that time because it seemed to me like he wanted to comfort her, but he didn't know how. And because he was grieving himself. So it was just like a reassuring.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think just the way the politics in their families, how they marry, each other and all that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that could have been a little foreshadowing of that, actually. Mm-hmm. Now this was interesting.
Oh,
Moochie, you want to take the lead on this one?
All right.
I was reading a comment and
I was because Shabez, Shebez.
yeah, her
Can you
comment.
highlight her comment? I was just gonna say that.
Yes, I was.
We got to talk about that.
Yes.
How was he giggling during the funeral?
I know why he was giggling. It wasn't about Lena. It was he and the uncle have had issues.
Uh-huh.
During that, remember when they were fighting the crab feeders?
Mm-hmm.
They had an issue then because remember when he said to the king, like he was like, well, if Damon's own family ain't gonna fight for him, why should we fight for him? So that's why Damon sought to prove himself in that fight with with the crab feeder. So there was already an issue with that uncle. So in the uncle's words, he was kind of throwing shots though, because he was saying, because our blood is this and that, whatever. And you can see Rhaenyra and the kids feeling all off, like he was saying off. He was, uncle was out of pocket. He was kind of saying stuff like
shady.
The kids and everything, probably kind of alluding to, because he's like, our blood is thin, our blood is this, that, and the other. So Damon was like, like, so Damon was kind of trying to sun him, like stop it. Like you're not doing this. Because Rhaenyra was getting uncomfortable and the kids were too. He was hitting the kids because he was, because they're not really Valerian.
Okay. Yeah, I did see them kind of.
So that's what that was about. Damon was kind of like, I see you.
Okay, yeah. I don't trust that uncle either. Corliss's brother.
Oh yeah, he's just as bad as Corliss.
I think he's gonna flip sides by what I saw in the next episode.
Yes.
Flip side meaning where he gonna go with Team Black or Team
Green? No, he don't rock with Damon.
Yeah, so he's been over there. I don't know why would you think he's been over there to me?
Wow.
That's his brother. So his brother, that's Corliss' brother.
No, Corliss is going to be Team Black, but
yes, Mahogany. He was throwing shade.
But with the short hair, the one that was given the eulogy, he's going to be switching over to Team Green.
Yeah,
doing some shifty stuff. That's
he is.
He is, but to me, I feel like soon as Viserys is gone, because he's the hand of the king to Damon, right? That's what y'all saying now.
Yes.
He's gonna flip too. He can't trust him. But he already said, and I like the fact that Damon checked him on it, like, you a leash. And a leash will never get tired. They always go for their next meal. When he said that,
he said the order.
He let him know, look, I've been through your pocketbook and I know I see your game. I see.
Yes. Yes. Mahogany, that's what Tiffany was just explaining to us. Got that shade. We got it now.
Yeah, when I saw it, because I watched it again and I was like, no, that's why he's saying that. He said that uncle tripping. And like, I see it. That's why I'm laughing at you.
Wow. Okay, so Moochie, about this whole thing, yes,
look, you could come back now. Why? I don't need you. I'm doing fine. I lived a nice life with my wife. I have children. I don't need you.
Yeah, the king.
Go ahead and stay with all the serpents that's around you.
Yeah,
because that's what's around them, snakes.
Yeah.
The king was trying to make peace. He's trying to make peace. He know his days
is numbered. I get it, but
exactly. He's trying to form the alliances. That's what I thought.
I get it, but you should. Soon as you fired Otto, you should have went and got your brother as hand the king.
Oh
well, I think he's trying to offer him a place in the court, but
it's too late now.
Yeah, Damon is like no. Yeah, Damon is like nah.
Like it's too late.
Is this? He knows he's dying, and he wants his family around him too, and that's another reason why he asked him to come into court. But Damon's like, I'm cool.
Exactly.
Look, I got mines and mine over here. Me and mine is over here. You go and deal with you and yours.
Right. Yeah, you remember I was talking about this part where he got really, really upset when he saw Laenor down there. I was like, cut it out.
Yeah, I think he just was the appearance because first of all,
because it looked like he was going to dive in that water with his
drive
sister.
himself. Yeah, and then he also, he stayed drunk all the time too.
Child, that's what Otto looked like. Otto looked like a cat. Somebody
Yeah.
done run his neck and
Yes,
all
yeah.
the kids started standing up. He looked crazy. I was like, I guess it's from all the wind because they out there by the water and by the sea or whatever. But girl, he looked like somebody just pulled him off the street from underneath the bridge.
Woo.
Yeah, so this is right after Damon made that remark to him about the leech trying to still get big. He like, I see you, I still see you. And so yeah, so we see him in there doing his little bidding, and the conversation that he had with his daughter was very, very telling. It was very telling. We're gonna get there. And this is him telling Allison that he's going to bed, Emma. And the night, like, do you want me to escort Queen Allison? He was just like, no. I said, oh wow.
I know, I did too. I was like, oh.
I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, like,
now we see that Mr. Aegon has a little drinking thing. He likes to get his clank on like me. So he's sitting up there drinking, putting them back. The next thing you know, he on the floor in the on the stairs, knocked out, passed out. His grandfather sees him and gets him up, like chastises him, get your ass up and go to bed. So as you can see in this episode, y'all, Aegon does not care in the slightest bit about the Iron Throne, succession, nothing.
Drinking and women are his vices.
That's it.
Yep.
And also he is betrothed to his sister, whom he dislikes. You might want to even say he hates, because I was like, well, goddamn, you ain't gotta talk about her like that.
Well, he thinks she's
that was
weird.
crazy.
He thinks she's a weirdo.
Yeah, right. But with the younger sister, Damon's son is the one that told the thing about his eye before it happened, right?
No, it's her.
It's the one that was messing with the bugs, right?
Aegon's sister. Aegon's sister is the one that is prophesying and stuff.
Okay, yeah. And I couldn't really make out. I know she said about he got to close an eye before he get the dragon. So that paid off. But she was saying a whole lot of other stuff this episode, but it was like she was talking in riddles. And because I haven't read the books, I couldn't really make out what she was trying to say or whatever. So I was more unclear. Do you think that Otto likes how Laris is moving? I don't think he knows just yet.
No,
I don't think Otto knows, but I think he would be okay with it though.
Who you talking about? The club dude?
Yeah.
Yo, he's a pain in the. He's making it too obvious that he's
hot because
he's gonna get exposed.
Right. He even said that, like, he's unabashedly here. Like, you just lost your family and you should be back there, and you're here. And he's making it obvious, and it's making it hot for Allison because
because Rhaenyra was looking at all of that.
You see, Rhaenyra was like, oh, she's already talking to Damon about the possibility of Allison being behind that. Yeah. Even though she was like, I don't think she's capable of doing that. But the fact that they were having that conversation, I think that because Laris was there, that's what made it hot in the first place.
Right. Yeah. So, okay, Tiffany, I want you to take the lead on this one. Now, they had a little heated conversation about this whole, she's grieving, of course, as the mom, and she's saying that your pursuit of legacy is putting our children in danger. And I feel like she's just trying to play the blame game, but you tell me if there's more in that whole thing, but, let me know what you think.
No, you're right. I can see both sides because, but first off, she's saying he's so hungry for her to be queen, and for him to have a position, his own ambition. You didn't put your kids at risk with these marriage alliances. So in that respect, she's right. Where she was wrong was when she was saying, if Lena was here with our maester, she would survive. And I was like, sis,
Yeah.
the baby was breached. It would have been the same thing with your maesters. So
Exactly.
you know, so he was right. And when he said, "Listen, they were in Pantos," we know that Pantos was affluent and everything. So that she, you know, that's why Damon wanted to stay there because they had, you know, they had plenty of money and in you know an opulent lifestyle and everything. So they had the best of everything there. It just was an unfortunate tragedy.
Exactly.
What
That's
she was saying about to him, like she had to say the obvious, you know, listen, Rhaenyra's children are not ours. What I didn't like about her, um, she knows her son's true nature. She knows that her son is gay, so she knows that, you know, and the father knows too, even though he didn't want to believe it.
He was in denial.
He's in denial. But here's the thing: I didn't like that when she went to comfort Lena's children, she basically rebuffed, you know, Rhaenyra's child.
Because she know they're not her grandchildren.
Yeah, and I'm just like, but they're still children.
Exactly.
I know, but
you don't do that to kids. Because when she came, like the little boy just automatically turned his back, like he's used to being shunned and mistreated. And so I didn't like that behavior from her. And when she was trying to convince Corliss to disinherit the you know the boys and for Lena's legacy and stuff, I agree with what he said when he was like, you know, I'm not going to cause a darker shadow on those little boys than they already are. Even if Monique, even if that is the case, that is true that they're not his children, you know, that would traumatize the kids. I mean, that would make it even more of a scandal if he did say like, oh, well, we're going to just skip Lenar's kids and give this to Lena. That there will be more chatter behind that.
Yeah.
So I do understand his reasoning.
Yeah, she was giving me some Catelyn vibes, like how she used to treat Jon Snow. She was like,
I thought about that too.
Yep.
I thought about it too. I was like,
ugly. It was so ugly to me.
Get everything, you know.
Yeah, the mom around there thotting and bopping.
Sins of the parents, child.
Right. Don't make no darn sense. That girl, because she said she was insolent. She said it runs in the family. And I see a little bit of that in Aegon as well, because he's very kind of nonchalant, matter of fact-ish. I can do whatever I want to do. Like I see that, like when you're talking about the kings and the queen's kids and how like,
those kids are bratty.
Yes.
And they're supposed to be noble. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying they're supposed to be of nobility, but they act like scoundrels. Like I think Rhaenyra's kids are better behaved than they're so-called bastards.
Yeah. It's something about that full Targaryen blood. That full, like it gives them a little elevated sense of power or something. So it just kind of, you know, it's a mess. Was I? Not one, not two, but three. She said her and Laenor tried. I was like, oh, y'all did?
Right. So, and the thing is, people got to remember, like you say that what's the name was Thotton. That's the arrangement that Rhaenyra and Laenor came up with. Right. They were like, listen, we gonna get married. We gonna do our duties to the throne. Mm-hmm. But we gonna find our own happiness. So, I mean, I get that. He had his folks, and Rhaenyra had Sir Harwin Strong.
I get that. Now, I don't know if I would have been trying to find another white-haired somebody to have a baby with.
Oh yeah.
Like me and Strong, we would have been getting it on, but I would have been drinking the moon tea the next day.
I didn't understand that. Like
I got to have some white
like you wanted to have these kids.
It does
and
look
it's
like
obvious that they're not his.
Right. I'm like, I would have had to find some white head something.
Yeah.
But girl. And with Harwin, I would have had the moon tea child. I'm trying to tell you. What's this comment right here? Hold on. Mahogany. Ray. I'm on your team, girl, but yeah, she know damn well. Right. They so sweet though. Her boys are really, really sweet.
Yeah.
I like their temperament, and
And
I like the way, and you could tell that they weren't kind of raised as Targaryens in a sense, because they don't have that sense of entitlement and that inflated sense of self. They're really down to earth, and they be trying to do the best that they can. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I and I like the fact that when Aemon came at the little girls. I mean, when they were fighting them about Vagar, that they stepped up. Was like, no, you don't be trying to fight my little cousins and they girls. First of all, that's another thing.
That was
Alicent with all her rules and being prim and proper. All those rules were broken. I was like, her sorry son put hands on females, on little girls.
I mean, like somebody off the street.
Off the street. They supposed to be cousins. And he put hands on them. Yes. And they, as I said, they were guests at their house, at Lena's family's house. And for him to steal Vagar, I mean,
that was disrespect.
He better be glad he lost only in one eye.
Exactly. But and like I said, these consequences, they not coming swift enough for me. Like, I felt like that's very disrespectful. Even though, I mean, I think that if it was anything other than this situation, if the dragon was riderless, it would have been okay. But she died. They
were there for a funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Disrespectful.
It was very disrespectful. And so Alicent, when she was making her case, and when she said to Rhaenyra, like, oh, they put his eye out over an insult. And no, it wasn't just the insult. It was the fact that your son was attacking them, was calling and insulting them. You disrespected their mother. It was all of these things, and she addressed none of them. She was only concerned about the offense to her child. Yeah. And so that's where I thought that she was really out of pocket.
Exactly. Yeah, she was a big hypocrite with that.
Yeah.
Tamika, you right.
I think everybody was on the same. Yeah. Invited to somebody's house and still they got their dragon. Oh, see, girl.
Yeah. And then when they left, he rode off on Vagar. And then I'm like, where's your loyalty?
Yeah. No loyalty at all. At all. Yes. So even though I do have him in the poll, that's actually my answer. Like, I mean, he did the power play and it was disrespectful, but
he did.
What did Otto say? He said it's an ugly game, and now Alicent is in the game. So the gloves coming off. It's about to get.
Yeah. It's about to get raw.
It's about to get
rugged and raw.
Yes. Well, let's see. What's next? Okay, this is him still in the dragon, of course. And they sat there and watched him. Sat there and watched him.
That's the part I didn't understand. Why did you go tell somebody that?
Knocking over the magazine.
Why did you go wake up your guard and tell them this?
Right.
You want to sit there and
I would have tried to find Damon.
You know what? They probably should have told him. I don't think they knew who stole.
I don't care who it was. They should have went and told.
They should have told their dad for real. Well, they couldn't find Damon because Damon was out getting bucked. But,
right, that part.
But they should have told somebody.
Yeah.
He's keeping quiet. You know why he kept quiet? Because remember, she wasn't around and neither was her husband.
That's why, exactly.
So that's why they keep it under the wraps that them two was laying with each other.
Yes.
So that's why they had to let it play out.
No, yeah, exactly. Because first of all, when you see the scene, Damon and Rhaenyra saw Vagar flying. They actually saw.
Yeah, they saw him.
But they couldn't say nothing because they were together.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you heard Rhaenyra looking at Damon, and she said, "Who is it?" And he was just sitting there like this. It's like, you know.
Oh, listen, OC girl said if Sir Christian was doing his job, he would have happened. So where was Sir Christian?
Yeah, that's what I said too. He had night watch. I think he watched the fight play out. And then and he saw that those kids was getting the best of them little boys and the girls, and he let it go on for too long. And then the other kids got the upper hand.
Shoot, was Sir Kristen over there with Allison? Shoot,
exactly. As you know, they sleep in separate quarters, child.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Well, she better hope she don't come up with no baby with black hair.
I think she's talking about rules and stuff.
Yeah, she is. She is. I think she has more sense. She'll be asking the maester for some moon tea.
Yeah.
Can you highlight Mahogany 3275's comment?
Yeah, her comment is hilarious.
Kleptomania.
No, not that one.
No, the one about the hoodlums.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
These hoodlums ain't know how to act. They stealing pets, slapping girls, knocking over baked mac and cheese, greens, turkey wings. Y'all gotta get the F up out of here. Lord. Rest in peace, Lee.
That's hilarious.
Look, she's my voice in my head, one of my homegirls. When I hear her read up, I can hear her talking.
Yeah. This reminds me of Pretty Girl too. Pretty Girl is really quippy and funny like that too.
Go ahead, Mahogany.
I was about to toot that thing up pretty soon for him and get caught. Oh,
yeah. She gonna toot it up. You right, OC. She gonna toot it up and poke it out.
I thought the scene was really, really funny, y'all. Him trying to get control of that dragon. I said, you about to kill yourself. Because if you fall off that dragon, you gonna splat right in that.
But he was riding it though.
Yeah, I was reading online, and it was talking about how the dragons, like people, they chose the dragons, but the dragons also choose the riders because they said they don't want the rider, they'll eat them or they'll fire them up. And they said a lot of times that the dragons will choose certain people if they believe they're brave. And maybe Vagar was impressed with the fact that this little boy was brave enough.
You saw him trying to shake her mom?
Yeah, first she was like, when he first approached, she turned her head like, right. like this little, who is this little thing? And then when he reached for the thing, then she was getting ready to Dracarys him. And then he said, like, hold up, in Valerian, like, hold on, relax, chill. And then she respected him and everything.
Yeah, because at first, when he first mounted her, she was shaking him off. And he was holding on for dear life, child.
Yeah.
And then he finally got on there and was like this. Yeah. I was like this. Okay. Yes, hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. We had a good time with this episode. He finally got it. And he came in there, he had a different attitude. He was like, I got my dragon. And he came in there being rude, disrespectful to the girls. And he was like, well, you should have claimed her first. Basically.
He was a butthole.
He sure was.
He was. I ain't like
he said, come at me again and I'll feed you to my dragon. But I love that the girls threw the first punch.
They sure did. Well, look, that's sisters for you. That's sisters for you. Because the first girl rushed him, and then when he pushed her down, the other chick, she caught him with a straight right.
Then, of course, the insults. Oh, he doesn't know Lord Strong.
I'm glad they brought it out to the attention that what he said to set them off.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you said. I thought that Rhaenyra did a good job of exposing them and exposing Allison during that moment, because she was like, the insults, and she knew that her father was gonna say, like, well, what were these insults?
Yeah.
I think there needs to be an interrogation of how these insults, where they came from.
Exactly. And then, of course, they tag teamed them. The little one threw the dirt, and the bigger one sliced his eye. And baby, It was bad. Viserys looked like he on his last leg.
Yeah.
How did you let this happen, child? That looked terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That looked terrible. I was like, wow.
Yeah, Aemon is gonna be the villain because Aemon is the one that cares about the throne and adhering to the rules and stuff, and Aegon don't care.
Right.
He's
He's
like, let's get
so
my drinks and my
carefree.
women.
He's very carefree and about. So I do think, especially since he got the biggest dragon in all the realm.
Yeah.
He stole it. So that's just a whole nother layer of clout on that. And then he got his eye taken out, and he he said, I lost the eye, but I gained the dragon.
Yeah, he said it was a fair exchange.
He got more out of it to me. I don't care what nobody said.
No, he did. He did. So
even Otto said he got more out of it.
Yeah, he did get more out of it.
Yeah.
Girl, I was so mad to see Vhagar leaving with them when they were leaving, and I was like, oh my gosh. And when Rhaenyra and Daemon had to watch them go and watch Vhagar leave with them, I was like,
yeah, I was surprised. I think there's gonna be some kind of consequence. I don't see, because
I don't see Daemon taking it sitting down.
Exactly, and
he's gonna make sure his daughter get a dragon too. I think because they showed him burning an egg or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think that. I think he's gonna, because I even see Aemon taunting him or saying something slick out his mouth, and I could see Daemon doing something to him. It could play out like that later on down the line too. Because he think he hot shit now, so
definitely
I could see him saying things.
Yeah, they all used to get along, and because Alicent has really been the one putting that stuff in those kids' heads.
Yeah, the little baby, his nose is broke. Look at him. It was another scene where he was rolling his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, he was bored at the funeral. They didn't really want to be there. It was disrespectful all the way around. Like they didn't really want to be there.
Right.
Aemon stole the dragon. I mean, it was just disrespect all the way around.
Right. Yeah.
And her kids are snobby to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and they did. Aegon did get along with the boys, because I mean, how can you not get along with them unless you're just trying to taunt them and tease them that they got brown hair, and where they get that from? They get that from Alicent.
I feel the same way Mahogany does in this thing. Like Alicent mad because Ray is free, Rhaenyra is free, and she not. I had to stick by the rules, and you get to flaunt the rules. Like, girl, that's your fault.
All right, I'm gonna read it like how I think Mahogany was saying it. Alicent mad because she ain't boss enough to get 0 Fs to sling that thing around and throw it in a circle and like ride like we be doing. Don't hate the player, hate the game, sis.
Right. No, she mad because she mad because she had to lay there like a dead fish, and Rhaenyra been getting good D.
Y'all, she was getting good D, and good D.
So that's why she mad.
Viserys and his sons look like salamanders. Oh my goodness, they need.
They do.
They walking around looking like the Walking Dead.
They do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I want to see a rematch between Daemon and Sir Kristen too.
Because I think we are. I think we
need another ass whooping.
Yeah.
That's just what like Harwin gave it to him, but I could have saw that on loop. I could have just watched that on loop, because he been getting on my nerves, like for real.
So Aegon should be at the pole. The broadest truth.
She said, "That's just how I said it, Mooch."
But Viserys said this. That anybody else say it again, that he's gonna have their tongue.
I smell death on top of her.
Wait, who said I smell death on top of her?
Mahogany.
Oh my god.
I heard that. About Alice.
Oh yeah, that's the time that she's gonna do it, when the king is dead. That is when she's gonna make her.
When the king is dead, she's gonna let him bust off.
Yeah. He probably still ain't gonna marry him because he ain't gonna be no boy enough.
Yeah, she ain't gonna marry him. He gonna and you know what? He's gonna be bitter again because he realized he could have been the whore that he was in the beginning.
Exactly. He won't be the same. It's gonna be the same position that he could have had with Rhaenyra.
Exactly. You could have been the whore that I wanted you to be.
Longer be married.
Now you gonna be her whore because she ain't gonna marry you. Y'all not gonna run away together.
Oh my God. Allison had a corpse on top of her making babies every damn year. Man, she should have had that Westeros plan B on deck. Getting it in with them knights. Hello. Hello. You ain't never lied, Mahogany. Child. So now Otto went over to talk to Allison. He was like, I ain't think you had it in you. He was like, but you showed me. He like, you in the game now. He said, now I can trust that you are here for your family. You're here for your family. And he said, I promise you, you and me, we are going to claim victory.
Prevail. He said we're going to prevail.
Yes, yes. I was like, oh my goodness. She was making some moves, child. Then her and Laris, that last conversation, child, that scared me too. I was like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, she was out of line.
She was just trying to say she listened to her father though. She tried to apologize, but she still want to be like, I'm sorry, but I'm really not. That's the apology I got from it.
She tried. Well, he shut her down. He was like, we ain't talking about this no more.
We ain't talking about this no more.
He was like,
I don't even think he believed in itself.
No, she was just listening to her father. Her father said, go pay your penance, and stuff, and let it go, and just try to, cozy up to him and stuff. But King was like, I don't want to hear no more. And I think he's, pissed off with her too, because regardless, those are his grandsons, and the fact remains that she's poisoning his sons against his grandsons.
Yeah.
And causing this division. So I think he's pissed with her too.
Yes.
He is, but he's so weak. He's not. He can't even. He's so weak. He doesn't even. It's too late. She done got away with so much now.
She was out of line. She gave Christian the command to go get Luke's eye,
and he was gonna go.
He said no. He told her. He said, "I protect you. That's all I do."
He sure did. He was like, "No, I'm your sworn protector." Yeah.
Oh, he did do
better because the other King's Guard was even looking at him like,
"Yeah, go ahead, you move and watch what happens.
You better not do that." So.
Yes, her head need to be on a spike.
Yes,
exactly. Why is he letting her still rock out?
She is out of line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better be afraid of Clubfoot.
Yeah, because he'll do
as soon as he don't need you no more, girl. He's gonna be
anybody that would kill their own family for power. They are
That's somebody you really got to look out for.
Yeah, because then who are you to them?
Nobody.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. We needed a Baratheon ancestor to appear tonight.
Mahogany said he can ready die. He can ready be bedridden next episode.
Yeah, I think so.
He can ready die.
Yeah. I was surprised that he stayed that long, but I did say 9. That was the first, first, and then I kind of went back. I said he just decaying too fast. I don't think he gonna make it. He made it to see his grandchildren grow up.
Yeah, he did. He did. He suffered.
Yeah,
he suffered
greatly. Yeah, and he basically said that he would do the eye for you. Want the eye for eye? I can make it happen for you. I was like,
yeah, wasn't that crazy?
Yeah,
well, you know what? He got something coming to him too.
Exactly.
Somebody need to freaking hit him right in that messed up foot.
Trust. He gonna do it too.
Exactly. I was like, and like you said, you cannot trust him. And I know she got to be scared of him because anybody that could do that, they could do it to you. You could be next.
Yeah,
right on the menu.
Yeah, she's treacherous.
Yes. Ray said episode 9 too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but he's in all 10, so I think it's gonna be episode 9 and 10. His body will be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Where am I at on these screenshots? I had went to that part, but basically we were okay. So He comes, he finally appears. He finally appears after she getting all sewn up. The boys got their little broken noses attended to or whatever. I
Meanwhile,
was
you
just
was
like,
off
Lord,
somewhere gallivanting.
exactly. Probably drinking, all kinds of, just
Drinking and sword fighting.
Mm-hmm.
and then they had this conversation, and I don't think, I kind of like the way they do the cuts and stuff, but I didn't really care for the way they did it this way, because I felt like if you weren't really paying attention, you might would have missed it, like the conversation that she was having. And then you saw, I mean, I kind of liked the way but it felt like it was moving really, really fast. You saw Damon, he was making a move, talking to the guy, Carl,
Mm-hmm.
and saying that we need a quick death. And I was like, you about to ask him to kill him? But then
That's what I thought at first.
right. And then I was like, I gotta play that again, because by the time it got, I was like, well, he gone, so he didn't get killed. I was like, Lord, what did I
No,
do?
they set that up.
They set that up.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I had to play it back.
Right. Yeah, because he said, and he was like, and have witnesses.
Yes.
And stuff, so they can say. So they set that up because he put the bug in dude's head. Like, there's a place that that you can go where nobility doesn't count, names, titles don't count. So he was letting them know, like, yo, you can go live your life.
Yeah.
Y'all can live free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. So it was, so I think that was even better. Like, they didn't literally kill him.
She said that at the beginning of the episode. She said you had to pay attention to the dialogue in
You
this.
did.
Yeah, if you wasn't paying attention to the dialogue, stuff was gonna go over your head.
Yeah, because it was twofold. It was twofold. She was cutting him loose, so he can live his life. But given the appearance that they killed him, that way it's sending a message. They trying to instill fear, like,
right,
because they knew the rumor mill was going to be that Rhaenyra had her husband killed, and that's what they wanted the rumor mill to see, like, so they can say, yeah, come get it.
Yeah, they said you got to rule with fear. You can be
right. You got to rule with fear
and all that stuff, but you need fear and respect as well. So I love that he told her that.
The mother was right. Their kids was in danger.
They were, like, when you enter the Game of Thrones, like, anybody can get it.
Yeah. I wish I had the clip of Cersei saying you win or you die.
You win or you die.
I wish I had it.
I
said I wanted to get it, but I was running late, rushing and all this other stuff. So so this is the whole thing. So this is the body that they ended up burning, making it seem like it was Laenor's body. And so he did that. They did this little escape or whatever, this whole plan. It kind of looked scripted. I was like, okay. I said, now I see when I played it back. I said, oh yeah, okay, this definitely looked scripted. And why would you make your mother grieve twice? I was just like, I don't know. They felt a little selfish to me.
Yeah, I guess he had enough. He was, I'm tired of living for somebody else.
Right.
And I think the mother would have always been fine with him being himself, because she was just like,
the father.
It was the father that wanted all of this. And that's what she said. She was like, you put our kids in danger.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yes. And then so now Laenor's gone. And so they going to have their little blood wedding. Everybody looking on. The girls don't look too happy, child. Shoot, the mother just went into the ocean. I'm like, shit, I don't know. And then the two boys, they done lost their father, they done lost their mother, and so now they got this whole new union that they're doing, and you get to see
this one.
He's like,
I'm free,
off, and he's finally free, and so he's gone. I think he's gonna come back, y'all. I
think eventually
eventually
we'll see him again. Yeah. We'll see him again.
Yeah. And so you remember they was just having that conversation, just talking about power and how we got to try to move and how we got to stay united and trying to, get this thing together. So it looks like, we already know what type of person Damon is. So I'm ready to see that dragon come back up and be forceful and, really just kind of, I don't know, just go hard for Team Black. So I'm just hoping that's how it goes. But we do know that Team Green, they do have some heavy hitters on that side and they are conspiring. But we just know that Team Black, they're unpredictable. and they got
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it ain't
Yeah.
gonna be easy.
They formidable. They're formidable though.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Let me get back to the comments since we done got through all the screenshots or whatever. Let's see.
Yeah, he does like a psychopath.
Where am I? Oh, okay. What's the time jump for the next episode? I didn't get a number, but it is one. They're gonna.
It is another time jump.
There is another.
It look like the kids look like they almost grown.
Yeah. The kids, they age the kids up.
Yeah. I didn't get a specific number. I'm waiting for new rock stars. I'm sure they know. I hadn't seen them do this fan service for the ending. But it was to pass the time for someone to have a happy. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I hope we do end up. I mean, like I said, it was kind of messed up, like, House Corliss. I mean, I think they just have the Damon's kids from Lena. I mean, well, we got the other kids too, but they're not really full-blooded like she said they are. They're not, rather. And so, yeah. Laris is like, looks like a damn psychopath. Yes. He was like, I effing her the whole episode. Even Sir Christian, like, why he keep looking at you? He was like, oh no, that's just like pride. That's pride.
No.
He's the new lord of Harrenhal. Don't nobody want that cursed ass.
He was looking crazy.
Right. Nobody wants Harrenhal cursed house castle. Yes. Allison don't respect you, but I think she's scared of him though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She don't know what he's capable of because he could blow up her whole spot.
She should be.
He could blow up her whole spot.
Yeah, he could.
Yes. And actually, Eamon, the one with the patch on his eye, he actually does look like the villain. And the other one, I was like, why they cut his hair? They cut Aegon's hair. I thought they should have left it long so we can, kind of keep it like where you can kind of tell who is who. But I mean, if you know one with the patch, you know the other one gotta be Aegon. So
yeah, Aegon got a bob now.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So we need to break this on down real quick. We're not going to keep you long, maybe another 10 minutes when we start rating the episode. Maybe do some, favorite character moments or, whatever. Do some rants. If anybody got a rant, you know who my rant is. My rant is Miss Allison.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Rant of the episode. So who wants to start that rant off? I'm giving this episode a 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I agree with you too.
Enjoyed this episode. I really did.
Yes, I watched it a couple of times.
I did too. I was like, this is a good episode. I'm watching this again.
Yes. Okay, everybody agree. Okay. Look, 11.5. Okay, cool. Come on, Ray. That shit was good, y'all. It was good. It was really, really good. Mm-hmm. So, okay, so we're all in agreement. Let's start this rant off. I think Moochie already got into it a little bit earlier. So, who want to take it away?
I feel like she deserves it. She could get it all. She could get all the smoke. She could get all the smoke. Right. Because her son violated. Mm-hmm. That was never addressed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel like Viserys should have addressed that part with him going to ride that dragon when everybody was sleeping. They never talked about it.
Yeah.
The fact remains that they were there for a funeral. It was Lena, the dead woman's dragon. Yeah. And if anybody had ownership to that dragon, it should have been one of Lena's kids. Lena's children and stuff. They should have had the opportunity. And for him to come back, when he came back, he was like, well, she's dead, and Vhagar has a new rider, and you guys can go ride a pig. That's what he said. So he was
because remember that the brother was the brother that did all of that with that pig.
He said that to him, but then he turned around and said that to the girls and stuff who just lost their mother, and he's at their home, their family's home.
Yeah,
so the disrespect. Yeah.
And you know why you're gonna keep getting disrespect? Because it goes unchecked.
Right.
Now, that was Driftmark belongs to the house of the Corliss, and
That's what I'm saying. They were guests
they
there.
could have did something. Could they not?
You know what? I
You know
think
he ain't gonna do nothing to his grandson.
well, I think that they didn't do stuff because the kids are of the king.
Princes,
Because the monarchy and stuff, the hierarchy of it all, and that's why I think they were expecting King Viserys to deal with it. If he had been a stronger king, there would have been some type of justice.
Right. That's just so unfortunate. Like, and we know his kids ain't gonna be like that. That's what I do know. His kids could probably be totally different. The second son, the second sons always have to make their own way. They gotta make their mark because they're not the heir to the throne. So they always have to, he didn't have a dragon, so he had to go claim one. It went unchecked, but hey, listen, I think he was somewhat the MVP of the episode because
he got Vhagar, and Vhagar is the largest dragon out of all of them and is the oldest one.
Right. It's no honor in what he did, but
no, it's no honor in what he did.
He did get the power in there. So anybody have any theories, predictions that we want to talk about? What do we want to do? So we already rated the episode. Let me get that off of you. Any theories or predictions, Tiffany?
I don't know.
Okay, so let me ask a question. That way it sets up the answer. So we can do some predictions. Okay. So when the king dies, we do know that Rhaenyra is at Dragonstone now. She's not at King's Landing no more.
Right.
If the king dies, who do you think line of succession will be honored and who will ascend the Iron Throne?
Well, I say this. I saw the previews for episode 8. And on episode 8, Rhaenyra is at King's Landing. And I think she's going to see her dad. And it seems like the king is bedridden. And then they also show Otto speaking in front of the throne. And he's saying that he is speaking on behalf of the king. So that's not a good thing at all, too, because the king is incapacitated and
he's impartial. Impartial.
Exactly. So he and Alicent are probably going to run the show. And the thing is this: if Rhaenyra remains, then she is supposed to ascend to the throne.
Yeah.
If she remains in King Landing, but if she's in Dragonstone, you better believe that they're going to try to seat Aegon on that throne.
Yeah, they're going to conspire. As soon as his health start failing, they're going to be trying to figure out what they're going to do. Yeah, I even heard rumblings that they're not even going to tell Rhaenyra.
Yeah, she's not going to find out. They're not going to send no Raven right away. They're going to take their time. Why everything is going to be set. Everything's already going to be set in motion. If she don't get there before he passed away, they setting her. They're going to set her up.
I think I saw in the previews and things that I read online that Daemon is going to actually encourage her to go to King's Landing. Like, you need to go to King's Landing now. You need to make sure that you are there.
Right.
So that if anything happens, you're able to ascend to the throne. So I think that he is going to put the bug in her ear to tell her you need to be there, because these folks, and because in the trailer, Rhaenyra is actually calling them vipers. She was like, yeah, because the vipers are there. She refers to the greens as vipers. So she's going to be at King's Landing in the next episode.
Right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes, the fight is going to begin. And he's so adamant trying to keep the peace, but he's making himself look bad at the same time. It just looks so
Who's
bad.
making himself look bad?
Viserys.
Yeah, he's been looking bad. He's still making himself look bad.
Yeah.
Those are his kids and his grandkids, so it's kind of hard to kind of make the type of decisions just because there's such a hard dynamic. But I think that would have been either way, because even if he married Lena, that still would have been somewhat of like his grandkids or cousins, maybe cousins, and maybe it wouldn't have been such a close, like, you know, they would have been cousins and his children instead of being kids and grandkids. That's kind of hard to kind of make that choice between grandkids and kids. You know, you almost love your grandkids more than you love your kids. So I mean, not like that, but I'm just saying
No,
you were more
I
endeared to them than you know, your real kids. So yeah. If they, I'm like, we got the right one on our team, y'all. Damon, but I need him to
I
get
thought it
back
was smooth the way he stopped Sir Chris.
Listen, he was like,
nah, you're not even, nah.
Nah, son.
And it was smooth.
Don't even try it.
Yep, it was smooth.
Yeah, I like that. And then the way he smooth walked over there to Rhaenyra and stood by her side. Like, I was like, oh, he made a statement there too.
Yeah.
Yep. And the father could have got his brother back right there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was a great episode.
It was. It really was. I was like, wow, this is a really good episode.
So yeah. So we got about 30 minutes for us to take a little break, y'all. We'll see you over on Lamont's channel. We had a great time discussing House of the Dragon. Loving it. The best thing on TV right now. Y'all better get into it, baby. So, we'll see you for the live show on Friday night. Moochie has a power review up. Make sure you check that out. So does me and the spot Real Talk. Yeah, they have their power up. They have Atlanta up. They have a lot of things. Go check out the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn your notification bells, and we'll see you back next time.
Hiya.
Oh shit.